Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So, happy Monday. Today, let's talk about Bitcoin's historic move. Yes, historic move. There's a lot of data that backs this. So, let's talk about the historic move, but not just Bitcoin. So many alts are also on their way. They're also making historic moves. In fact, I'm going to do something interesting today and show you where they may go based on past history. So let's talk about things and let's talk about what's going on in the U.S. market today. There are a lot of big things to look forward to. So let's get started. Welcome, 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 guys. The market bell. Yep, right there. Just wrong. Today, the U.S. market, on Friday, was pretty good. Today, maybe not so good. We do have something big that's coming up. Well, a couple things. Number one, this is a big earnings week. We did have a lot of tech companies report already before, but now we have the other big box retailers like Walmart, Home Depot, Target, Macy's, Ross, TJ Maxx, Gap, you get it. A lot of the big box stores are reporting this week. So based on retail sentiment and retail sales, it's unlikely these earnings will be that spectacular. In fact, if anything, probably show weakness in the economy, right? So we'll see. But the other big thing I should say, is really this, and that is CPI. Tomorrow we will get another inflation reading, okay? Hopefully. Oh, and speaking of retail sales, that comes out Wednesday. But CPI, it's a big thing because, yeah, this is exactly what's happening right now. So we don't want to see, oh, my camera cuts off. This is what's happening. You know, obviously we found a bottom at 3, and now we're trending upwards, and we have not gone down. So tomorrow, what we don't want to see is inflation tick back up to, say, 4%. Or higher, because that would mean we're going in the wrong direction. And unfortunately, there's been many times in the past where we had something like this where it seems like inflation is under control and it goes down, and then boom, we make a second wave and it's even higher than the first wave. Hopefully that's not the case, that we're not going to pump up back up to 9, 10, 11, 12% inflation rate. But I guess we'll see, right? It just seems like there's a lot of things, commodities, products, services that have inflation trenched in. This is something that Powell used to say. We don't want to see entrenched inflation. But that's exactly what I believe happened. I mean, look at this. Between 2020 and 2023, a new car CPI increased by 22%. So, do we think new car prices will ever come back down by 22% going forward? The answer is no. See, this is what entrenched means, right? The cost of goods and labor went up, so the manufacturers raised prices. Are they ever going to go come down? No, that's the thing. Same deal with food and going out to eat. I do not notice my bills coming down, even though CPI supposedly came down, but what I'm paying at a restaurant, much higher than before. What I pay for groceries, much higher than before. So, you know, inflation has been entrenched, right? And this is the reason why we need to be holding on something better, an asset that also, it helps, well, let me rephrase it, an asset that hedges against inflation, that outperforms inflation, right? So even though inflation and the higher prices gets entrenched, it also gets entrenched in an asset, right? And that's what you want to hold on to, an asset that can outperform everything, and that's Bitcoin. So yeah, so that's still something going on, obviously, right? So tomorrow we'll get another big CPI inflation reading, and we'll see what happens, right? But as for Bitcoin, as for this historic move, a lot of major things to look forward to. This week, starting from last week and this week, we still have an opening for spot Bitcoin ETF approval, okay? Goes all the way until the 17th, so we got 4 more days to go. Now, this does not mean if we don't get one, that means doors are closed and there's no more. No, this is just, it just happens to be a whole week where the SEC could automatically approve all 12 simultaneously. It's like a in-between window, okay? And many analysts think that the SEC may take advantage within this window. So obviously, I shared this with you guys before and yesterday's video. If we get a spot Bitcoin ETF, I mean, I don't know the type of pump we're going to see, but it's going to be tremendous. It doesn't matter what the charts say, where the lines go. I mean, basically, Bitcoin's going to go up in a big way, right? It's just a matter of when, not if at this point. But just to remind you guys, we still have 4-day window. So that could be coming sometime this week, right? But in the meantime, don't be too greedy. Continue the course. That was what my video yesterday was all about. See, like today, because Bitcoin came down a little bit, it's a little bit below 27,000 or 37,000. I'm so used to saying the 20s. No, we're actually in our 30s, right? We're 37,000. But anyways, because we went below, you see 100 million in liquidations triggered in the last 24 hours. That sucks. A lot of it on the long side because people got too greedy with their leverage, right? So when we're in a period like this, so when we're consolidating and we're seeing a lot of the alts pump, right? That's the whole point of my video from yesterday. Basically, if you're a long-term holder, you're a DCA holder, and you're going DCA continuously forever, it doesn't matter about these volatile periods, I guess, right? But if you're playing with leverage, you will get wrecked, right? So that's exactly what happened, which is just one day, 100 million in liquidations. Don't be one of those people unless you really know what to do, right? So just be careful. But my video yesterday, my Sunday walk videos are doing outstanding. This one's going to break 100,000 today. It's a good one if you enjoy if you enjoy watching me talk crypto while walking, you should go check it out. All right, anyways, moving forward, this historic run, obviously, we started already. Obviously, we're over 100% year to date. Bitcoin started a year around 16,000. We're more than that. We're like 130%, 140% off from that low, right? And you know what? The crypto millionaires, they got richer. 237% more thanks to Bitcoin's run. The number of wallet addresses holding 1 million in Bitcoin had jumped 237% in 2023. Okay? But, it's okay if you're not in that category. People that are holding on, all these have jumped up. 0.1 to 1, 1 to 10, 10 to 100. They all jumped up substantially. Everyone has to start somewhere. No one just starts at 100,000 or 1,000 Bitcoins. It's impossible these days, right? Everyone starts somewhere. But what I do know is this, when it comes to Bitcoin, the people that have accumulated and DCA'd the most are the richest in the space. That's just how it is, right? So it's never too late to get started, never too late to DCA and set a schedule and basically forget about it, right? It's a proven strategy and it works. And I can't wait until this Wednesday when I show you guys my DCA portfolio, because I think it'll be in the green finally, or very close to being in the green. So we will see. But a lot of people have made a lot of money already this year. But you know what? This historic move is about to get started. Why is it historic? Because this time around, we have institutions on our side, okay? We never had institutions. And as much as as much as we like to not have institutions, I would say, at least some people would say that Bitcoin was created for people, so it should just be for the people. But, the reality is these institutions hold trillions upon trillions and trillions of dollars, okay? And if they come into the space, it's going to be enormous, historic, okay? And that's exactly what's happening. That's why we have all these spot Bitcoin ETFs, right? That's clearly a sign that these big institutions want in, right? And so many companies, banks, and financial institutions, they're already embracing, adopting crypto in a big way. But now, soon, all these big fund managers and pension funds, retirement funds, whatever else funds, they're all going to have an avenue, I guess, so to speak, to throw their billions upon billions and billions of dollars into, and that's Bitcoin, right? So this historic move is right around the corner. I would argue, since we're rallying up from bottom, that we're ready in this historic move, but I think it's a parabolic stage that's coming up in 2024 after the halving event and after Bitcoin ETF approvals. Okay, but just this year alone, we had $600 billion come into the space, right? So that's why you could argue it already started, but that's nothing. That's nothing compared to how much will come in 2024 and 2025. Yeah. And then look at this. Tether, in the last month alone, minted $4 billion worth of USDT. Okay. $4 billion in a single month. Again, this is just getting started. In 2024 and 2025, Tether is going to mint billions more, hundreds of billions more. Okay, it's going to be wild. And why are they minting? Because institutions are putting that much money into it. They're getting ready to buy, right? That's exactly what's happening. That's a large amount. And also, if you don't believe that institutions are coming in, look at this. For the very first time, really, the CME Futures, okay, has exceeded Binance Futures. First time in history. Now, why is this important? Because it shows the institutions that want a piece of Bitcoin, right now they can't get spot Bitcoin ETFs. They could get futures-based ETF or futures itself. That volume is exploding, higher than even retail volume from Binance. So again, it shows you institutional interest coming in, and these guys again have trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars. So when they fully come in, it's going to be amazing. Going to be absolutely amazing. All right, last two things I want to show you guys. Crypto Rover showing a cup and handle, right? Obviously, yes, we have broken out, so that's pretty good. And then lastly, this, okay? Basically, when in doubt, zoom out. There'll be periods where Bitcoin goes up, periods where Bitcoin goes down. There may be some iffy periods. There may be some volatile periods, right? Whatever the case, but just keep in mind, Bitcoin continues to form higher lows and higher highs. And this time around, who knows where Bitcoin may end up. Okay. So that's Bitcoin, but obviously right now, it's not just Bitcoin. You have a lot of alts also going upwards, right? Going upwards in a major way. In fact, even though Bitcoin's down today, the overall crypto market cap is up. That's really surprising. Bitcoin dominance has fallen to 51% from 53%, and that's due to a couple big movers, but there's actually a lot of big movers these days. Solana, obviously, has been moving very, very well, still holding above. It was in the high 50s. It hit 60s at some point, right? It actually overtook Ethereum in terms of active users because of the spike. So obviously, there's a lot of people coming back into Solana. And there will be more because it's not just Solana. I saw this. Coinbase now allows futures, perpetual futures. And they have just announced yesterday that they will be allowing people to trade Solana and Avalanche futures. Now, this is unusual because in the US you don't see this, right? International, you see this a lot. Even a lot of exchanges like overseas exchanges, they allow a lot of leverage. Leverage are basically they only exist because of futures, right? So yeah, you see it on MEXC, like Bing X, and many other places. KuCoin, but KuCoin shut down U.S. customers. A lot of other places, but Coinbase even now offers it, and Gemini offers it. Even like U.S.-based stuff do. But yeah, futures definitely bring in a lot more volume to. A lot more trading volume. And in this case, Solana and Avalanche makes a lot of sense. But a few other things about Avalanche I missed, but it looks pretty good. They have this new game, this first-person shooter game that's coming out called Shrapnel, okay? And it's already listed on Epic Games. So this is the future of gaming. Basically, create a really good game that you throw out there for Web2 gamers. And you attract them in. And then you introduce Web3 elements. That's exactly what's happening right now. It's not just with Avalanche. I know Immutable X also has a few that's doing that. But look at the graphics. This is unlike anything that's in the space right now, right? This actually looks pretty darn good, like a AAA game. And that's what you need in the space. I've been saying this. Right now, you have a whole bunch of chains with a whole bunch of dApps that are really just DeFi products. You don't really have awesome games, right? Or awesome SocialFi stuff, or awesome anything that has millions of users using it, right? If you have a game like this or any other game, right, that's a triple game that's bringing millions of users into the space, onto a chain, that is going to change things, right? It's going to, in this case, if this is super successful, it's going to make Avalanche successful. It's going to make Avalanche blow up and decouple away from everything else. But the same thing, other games that are coming in, maybe into Immutable X or Polygon, for example, it could differentiate them as well, right? But we just don't have that yet. But it does seem like there are a lot of these killer games that will be coming in, and that may change things forever in the future. So I'm looking forward to it. But this looks outstanding. This looks absolutely outstanding. It's coming up next month. So this could also be the reason why Avalanche started going up in a big way. All right. That's pretty much it right now. Bitcoin is taking a little dive right now, 36.6. We'll see if this is just a ploy to scare out retail once again, or to liquidate more longs. This is exactly what I was saying in my yesterday's video. You know, with a lot of alts pumping up, one or two things may be happening or will happen. Either the market makers and manipulators are getting ready to dump, and we may see a little retracement before we go back up, or this is part of their game right now to accumulate more and put all that money back into Bitcoin. We may see an imminent Bitcoin pump. So we'll see. It's still early. So here's the other thing I want to show you guys, right? Even though it seems like we've been stuck up here around this 36.8 forever, you know, we only been up there for about a week, okay? I just want to remind you guys that we shot up to this 37 mark, 36.8, for only a week. It seems like it's forever, but no, it was only a week. And just to zoom out to show you guys, in case you're wondering, oh, no, you know, bad days are coming, we're going to shoot back down, right? But just keep in mind, when we shot up to 34,000, for example, we were there for about 3 weeks. That seemed like it was 3 months, right? But that was only 3 weeks. So what we just experienced has only been 1 week so far. So do not be discouraged. If you've been holding on since 2022 and most of 2023, okay, you know that, yeah, there has been long stints where nothing moves. So right now, obviously, because of how much movement there is, how much money is flowing in, right? It's become a lot more volatile, and that's good. That's good. It happens every single cycle. Oh, last thing I wanted to show you guys. A lot of you guys right now always ask me, okay, like, hey, how high can Ethereum go? Or how high can XRP go? Or how high can Solana and Cardano go? You know, where do you think it's going to be at in 2025? That's like the number one question, right? How high something's going to go. Well, I decided, you know, a lot of you guys probably don't know this, but on CMC, there is a historical snapshot, okay, of various time periods. So it's a lot. So I pulled up the one that's closest to the peak of, you know, 2021, November 14th. Bitcoin was around 65,400. Okay. 1.2 trillion market cap at that time. So we were a little bit higher than that, 1.3 trillion at peak. So just to show you, Bitcoin at 37,000, 36,000 is still cheap because we're not at 65,000 or 69,000 yet. But just to show you guys where things were before, Ethereum was closing in at $5,000. So right now it's at 2,000. So it has to do more than a 2x to get back to the previous high. But look at Binance Coin, $650. Where's Binance Coin? 244, more than a 2x, right? But look at something like Solana. Solana was at $238. And Cardano, right behind it, at $2. So even though Solana has come up to a lot to $55, it is not at $238. Nowhere close. Is Cardano close to $2? Nowhere close. That's where you see that 7x, 8x, right? That's how large they were. Even XRP was above $1, 56 billion. They're pretty close now, but they were suppressed already due to the lawsuit. But then you have like someone like Polkadot that's at $46. Doge at that time was 26 cents. Where's Doge now at 7 cents? That's a big difference. Polkadot is at $5.50 when they were at $46. That's like an 8x too, right? So Avalanche, $95. Where's Avalanche now? Wait, I skipped them. Where's Avalanche? Avalanche at 17, right? So this shows you how high things were and how we're still so off. Not everything's so off. Some are just like 2x, 3x off. But there are many, even big caps, that are still 5, 6, 7, 8x off from the previous high. That just shows you how much money is on the table. That's just getting back to previous high. We're not even counting after that where they go, right? Ethereum this time around could be heading straight to $10,000. Binance Smart Chain could be 1,200 or more. Solana this time around maybe goes to 400 or 500. Cardano maybe heading to, their previous peak was like higher than $2, but they may be going to $7, $8, $10. You know, that's the thing. Like, we could just guess at this point, but man, things were this high already in 2021. Wait until 2025 when the institutional money come in. The market cap of Bitcoin is going to be way higher than 1.2 trillion, and the market cap for everything else will be 5 to 10 to 15x higher too. So this is why crypto is the most exciting game in town, because when it moves, nothing comes close to its performance. So something to look forward to, right? All right, let's do Q&A. I'm just going to leave this up. It's actually pretty good. Pretty good reminder. All right, we got 4,500 people in here. Wow. Very good turnout. Let me scroll up. I saw a lot of super chats I missed. Let's see. Ryan says, is Normic, is that the name of your OnlyFans? That's actually a pretty good name. Enormic for OnlyFans username. Overcome, whooped in fantasy football, so I'm back to crypto. I'm glad you're back. Will crypto market reach 10 trillion next bull run? I think there's a good chance of it. Look at where we are. We're barely above 1. We're 1.4, right? To do a 10x would be at 14 trillion. It just seems so unfathomable to talk about 14 trillion as a, you know, as the ending market cap, I guess, in 2025, but I think that could be a possibility. I think 10 trillion is certainly possible, but 12, 14, yes, I think so. Lad says, so I want to buy a new car, but you showed a CPI rising since the pandemic. Any estimate when it will lower? Maybe 2025. If you're going to buy a new car, okay, this will never come down. Manufacturers keep, I don't know if you guys know this because I've been in the car space for a while. Every single year, car manufacturers raise the price, okay, even on an identical car. For example, I'm just going to throw this out. Like, for example, a Honda Accord, and it's being sold for $35,000. Even though there's no difference between, say, a 2023 and 2024 model, the 2024 model will cost anywhere from $300 to $1,000 more. They just raise it every single year. That's why when a new model comes out every 4 years, 5 years, sometimes they stretch out to 7 years, it's significantly more expensive than the previous model, because they have been raising prices every single year. And that accelerated, apparently, between 2020 and 2023. That's why new car prices are so high now. You know, like I know you guys don't care about cars that much, but for example, I just reviewed a Mazda CX-90. Okay, it's a nice car. It's not a luxury car. It's a mid-sized 3-row SUV. The base price, the lowest trim on a CX-90 is $40,000 now. So the days of a mid-size SUV being a low 30s are out the window. The new Toyota Grand Highlander base price starts at $40,000. A new Honda Pilot base, okay, a little bit below, about $37,000, $38,000. But if you're thinking about getting a new mid-size SUV for like $32,000 out the door, forget about it. That won't happen anymore, because they just keep increasing the price. And a lot of it's due to inflation. A lot of it is just due to manufacturers that just keeps raising it. There's a lot of new Integra Type S's out there that the dealerships can't sell. That actually turned out to be a flop. People love the Civic Type R, but the Type S, no one's buying. There's a ton of them if you search for it. I'm pretty sure that they're going to cut prices on those soon. Add the BTC now or wait 8 hours. As good as a time as any. You know, these kind of dips happen. It's just basically the MMs or whales that are trying to liquidate the longs and pick up more on the bottom. It could be even the exchanges. I've always said this: who wins when people get liquidated? The exchanges do. They collect their fees no matter what. Either way, right? So it could be the exchanges doing it. I know FTX was doing it before, but now it could be all these various exchanges. Because there's really no reason for us to just all of a sudden spike down like that and then come back up, besides just, you know, someone or a group of people that decide to liquidate a whole bunch of people. But that's why I was saying with my video yesterday, if you're a long-term holder, it doesn't matter. You're going to be DCAing anyways, right? And if the market goes down, let's say Bitcoin drops down to 35 and then it drops down to 34 in this week or next week or whatever, it's okay. That means we get more time to stock up and load up and DCA at a cheaper price, which is great. But if you're a leverage guy, which there are a lot of leverage traders right now, so if you're a leverage guy, you got to be careful. You got to set those stopgap's really tight, or you will lose a lot of money when you get liquidated. The kid come. Forget the Lambo. I'm getting the best GMC cannon possible, putting lift on it and hit it in trails. It'll be called George. Hey, the new GMC cannons look pretty sweet. Yeah, and if you lift it up, put some big meaty tires, it's gonna be a fantastic truck. I'm still searching for a winter truck right now. I don't know what to get. People have said the 4Runner, which is a good choice, but I hate the four-wheel drive system on the 4Runner. So I don't know, but I'm still looking for like a winter beater truck. MB tutorials. When you sell, do you prefer converting to USDC or USD? Taxable events the same? Yes, taxable events is the same. Right now, it's more like stable coins. So, I only sell to USD when I really, really need it, but otherwise, I just put it into USDT or USDC. Tommy Walton, I'm up on Sol for about $10. Seriously considering swapping to USDT or short term. Hey, ultimately my plans is to roll everything into Bitcoin. Just feel like something is about to pop. Go for it. If you made so much already, that's 5x, right? Congratulations. There's nothing wrong with taking some profits, right? Especially if you think Solana ran too fast, which it did. You know, there's no one reason why it's up so much, but now you have like perpetual futures from Coinbase that's coming aboard. But yeah, if you want to put some of that and convert it to Bitcoin, there is nothing wrong with that. And I agree with you. I think Bitcoin is about to make the next leg up. And after halving event, forget about it. The historic run, right? Could be coming. I actually do like the new Tundra a lot, but it's too expensive for a winter beater. Raptor, I might get an old Raptor, but I see Raptors everywhere now. I really want a TRX because they discontinued it. I think it would be worth holding on to, but it's a beast of a truck. It's so big. Waiting for the whales to finish their game so I can deploy another 1K. Yep, not a bad strategy. Am I using the Pocket 3 to record this? I'm still using a 2, although I bought the 3. The 3 looks awesome because the screen could flip now. And it has a better sensor, so it'll be clear, especially in darker days. But I'm using the Pocket 2 right now. Margarita. I'm 80 years old and only use eToro. Is it safe? The other exchanges are so difficult to use. Please advise. I don't know. eToro's been around for a while, but it's one of the lesser known exchanges. I would say if you're going to use something simple, still look into Coinbase. I don't think Coinbase is that difficult to figure out, and they have phone support. You could call them. You know, I would much rather hold my money in Coinbase than say eToro. So let's just put it that way. Vintage G-Wagon, I was looking into that. Like a 2003 or 2007 G-Wagon. The higher mile ones are like 30 or 40K. I think for a winter beater, that would be really cool. And people don't know. People that don't know G-Wagons think they all look the same. So, yeah, I would say an older G-Wagon is actually something that I might get. A Bronco Raptor, you know, Ford dealerships are still marking them up by like 50,000. They're ridiculous. I bought NFTB 3 days ago, up 60%, 2 days. Still bullish or nah? I'm holding on to it, but I say nah, to be honest. I have no communication from the team. Whenever I tried before to get updates, they just like ignored me. So I'm gonna say nah, even though I do hold on my tokens from their what is it? Their ICO, I guess. Last winter there was no snow. That was right. I think there was like 2 days of snow. But my model, see, here's the thing. I'm conflicted because my Model X has summer tires, so I could pay 3 grand because Tesla actually sells winter wheels and tires for like 3 grand. So I could either do that or just take the opportunity to buy another business car, and utilize it as a deduction. Plus, have something good for the winter. So I'm kind of like stuck between deciding between those two things. What's a good exit plan? Johnny asked. Maybe too early. Yeah, it's way too early, Johnny, to be asking that. Way too early. Brian, I enjoy your walking videos. Thank you. They are doing so well, I'm wondering if I should do more walking videos. Like this last one is go crack 100K. I enjoy it. I enjoy the walks. I enjoy being outside. Um, I just don't know if I can think about so many topics to talk about if I do more walking videos. With my new house, I'll probably do other kind of videos. Nadad asks, best time to convert Bitcoin back to alt and back. You know what? Don't do that. Don't play that game. You're gonna hate yourself because you're gonna keep chasing all the time, and even though you might get some wins, you're gonna realize that you would have been better if you just stuck with one, either Bitcoin or alts. Okay, don't try to flip back and forth. If anything, just diversify. Hold Bitcoin and alts. That way you don't have to keep flipping back and forth. Honestly, you're not gonna outsmart the market. And by trying to do so, you'll probably hurt yourself more than help. What happens if ETH overtakes Bitcoin market cap? Nothing happens. Not that like the world's going to explode or anything. That's happens, it happens. Is it too late to start DCAing? No. That's the reason why I showed this chart. Is Bitcoin above 65 or 69,000? No. Is Ethereum above 4,600? No. Is Solana above 238? No. Is Cardano above $2? No. So that means it's not too late to DCA. There's plenty more to go. Do you think BTC will go under 30K this year? It could. It could, but with so much good things happening right now, flight to quality, with people coming into Bitcoin because of inflation, because distrust in federal banks or banks in general, and with spot ETFs, and with the halving event. I mean, it'll be really hard, I think. I don't know. There could be a big push downwards, but to break below 30K, if it happens, it'll be very quick, and then we go right back up. Keep the walking videos a good cardio source. Yeah, I agree. Yesterday I walked for I went to the gym, biked, weightlifted, then I took the dogs out for a long walk, and then I did a walking video. So I did like 3 hours of exercise. Although a lot of that's just walking. XRP will become king, only crypto with legal clarity. That's not true. There's other crypto that has legal clarity and didn't do much for them. Tezos, cleared by the SEC. EOS, cleared by SEC. You know, nothing really happened with them. DJ, no, I did not hear about PDEX. Cardio is good for the heart. Don't disagree. Don't disagree. Still bullish on Cadena? No, I am not. It seems like every single stream, there's someone that does not know that I'm not bullish on Cadena anymore, and they keep asking me. Every single stream, are you bullish on Cadena? Are you bullish on Cadena? Are you still bullish on Cadena? The answer is no, 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 no. How do you feel about stacks? I think it's good. There's a lot of DApp makers that's looking to program on top of Bitcoin, and Stacks is the framework that most of them use. There's competitors to Stacks, but Stacks is the biggest, and most are using Stacks. Ordi, I tried to look up Ordi. Basically, it's the very first BP or BRC. No, the first BRC20 coin on Bitcoin. I don't know what to think of it. If it's the first, does that make it good hold? I don't know. Only if there's a use case for it. I certainly would get it right now because it pumped up like 300% or 500% or whatever percent it pumped up. Yeah, it's like 500% in a month. So, yeah, I don't trust that. That walking video was one of the best of all time. Was it really that good? I mean, at the end, I thought what I said at the end was pretty profound about DCing long term. You know, especially if you have young kids. I mean, you're setting themselves up to create generational wealth if you get them to DCA early. You know, I think that's pretty good, pretty profound if you think about it, because they will have the ability to DCA longer than we will. Seeing crazy XRP price calls, your thoughts? Those crazy XRP price calls have been around since 2017. The 589 calls, still the most outrageous. Yeah, I don't know. Will XRP go higher after a lawsuit? Yes. Are you bullish on Atom? Yes. I think Atom just needs better token economics, but it is coming back up, so that's good. But L1s out of Atom, like Injective, have been a lot more hot. Lazaro, good morning. After 2 years and 7 months, been on negative, finally went in green, but pulled back now, breaking even. I thought mentally, hey, it's okay. If it pulls back a little bit, it's fine. It'll get back up. But congratulations for DCing for 2 years. What? How fast can I force fire spread? I think Hosky, I think you typed that wrong horribly. I didn't get back to your email yet about interning, but I will after the stream. Kevin says needs a catchy channel name, The Walking Degen. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys enjoy the walking videos. Will the house be new house be ready to move in before 2024? Yeah, I think it's gonna be sometime in December. Although that complicates things because I'm gonna be in Miami and December and in Vegas. I'm saying mid December, so I have to maybe postpone the move until end of September. I mean end of December. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Do you think Adam simply needs a burn mechanism to improve tokenomics? They're already talking about that. I think they might have like a yeah, they need to overcome the inflation rate. That's the problem. The reason why Adam gives out like 14% for staking is because their inflation rate is crazy. Yeah, they need to either up their burning tremendously or do something about that. That's the problem, right? Now, in a bull run, the 14% inflation rate doesn't mean anything. You know, more people will come in and, you know, just keep on buying and then outweigh the inflation rate. But, you know, in order for them to really become like a top 10, they need to do something about their token economics. All right, guys. Gary asked, does George ever dabble in leverages? All the time. All the time. I was up 500% on my Avalanche 15x yesterday. So I sold off 75%. I still have a little bit. It's like 400 or 300% now. But yeah, you know, but I do it because I have extra money and I want to be a degen and I know the risk. And I get liquidated all the time too, but I play small amounts like $1,000, $2,000. So if I get liquidated, it's fine, right? Not that I enjoy getting liquidated, but it's something that I do. It keeps me entertained, and my wins have outperformed my losses so far. But with that said, a lot of people don't understand that, and they don't have extra money to lose, and they just throw in like a 20x on, you know, XRP or Bitcoin, thinking that it's just they're going to ride it out, you know, to the top, and it doesn't happen because, you know, there's a lot of movement, a lot of volatility. People get liquidated and lose everything all the time. So I don't advise it, but I do dab into it. And people that do play it, they need to know what they're doing. Otherwise, they're going to lose a lot. All right, guys. Overall, the historic move is underway. We may see major things happen in the near future, especially with the spot Bitcoin ETF approval. But right now, we got loads of money coming into this space. We got a lot of people making money, and this is just the beginning. All right. So smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care.